back home from SEMA, and now I'm about to go get on a plane again. It appears this is my my new life. So I'm headed to Atlanta. I'm going to be correcting and protecting a 427 Cobra kit car that we're going to be, the GT Smokies group is going to be auctioning off in the spring. And so we're about to jump a plane, headed to Atlanta. I could drive, you know, it's close. You know, do you drive? Do you take the car? I don't like, or do you take a plane? I don't like to travel, so I'm flying. And the good news is this time I'm flying Delta. I don't know how the heck you guys fly Southwest. Gosh, I hate that airline. It's so bad. The Iceman Sport's about to disappear, so yay for a new exhaust saga. I'm glad I didn't sell the Dynan. I know the Dynan works. I don't think the Dynan is gonna be the exhaust for me. The full Dynan, you know, the Dynan center and rear section. Yeah, the Iceman's great, sounds great. And what I was going for was a little bit more grown-up approach, since this is gonna be my daily driven car. But I just want a little bit more juice. You know, I need a little more sound in order to make it worthwhile. So I'm running over the garage because I forgot my headphones over there and a couple of memory cards. So I'm running over there real quickly, and then I'm gonna head on our trip down to the airport. All right, so we're heading to the airport. I've convinced Bryce to drive. He's supposed to be the cameraman. I'm gonna be the cameraman. And I've convinced him to drive so that I can work on the interior package, because I've gotten pretty far into it. So I'm gonna work on that while he drives to the airport. So we're in Delta line. This is Bryce's first flying experience, so I get to teach him about all the ins and outs of what to do and what not to do. Anyway, I got a really crappy parking space, which I'm not super excited about, at the park next to me. So we're boarding Delta, or at least I'm checking my bags for Delta, because we're gonna be there for a week. This is fun. I almost want to vlog you figuring out how to do this whole thing. I'm teaching him about TSA pre-check and clear and all that stuff, because he didn't have any of that. We got to go through the Poro people lines. All right, so the rule is always touch the spot. Michelle, it took me 10 years to convince her that that's what you do. So even though we're here an hour early, you got to go touch the spot, figure out where your gate is, and then you can go to the bathroom and get some food and walk around. But that's the golden rule. Make sure your gate is correct. I never trust it. Never trust it. Always touch a spot. All right, made it to Atlanta. Picked up this guy.
Turn left.
Actually, he's chauffeuring me around for the next couple of days, which is great. I like this. I'm just gonna ride shotgun forever.
Maddie's stress level down.
Yeah. It's too much, man. I do this like all last night. I'm like, what did I do? I just want to stay home. Like, you have all these cockamamie schemes where we're doing all this crazy stuff.
It's always last minute.
And then I'm freaking out. Bryce is with us. He made it, first plane ride in his life. And yeah, I just want to stay home and lay on the couch or play with detailing supplies. Not actually use them, but like look at them. I want to line them up. I got all these cabinets and I need to like put stuff in them. So I'm gonna stay home for a while, but I'm already planning a trip to Los Angeles. So anyway, we're headed to Lake Lanier, which is like an hour from the airport north. And we don't really have much planned today, so we'll figure something out. This is the new Carrera T that Sean says is the best car he's ever driven.
California.
So we're sitting here talking about the philosophical differences of single bucket versus dual bucket method. And it's amazing what you talk about when you're sitting here at the lake and there's no TV.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure I found the bottles and sprayers. I'm not going to show you because I don't know if I can even get it. They're in Germany, and maybe one of your German followers can help me translate with this company. But I'm going to be. I just ordered. What did I spend? Almost $200 on 3 bottles to get here, so I can have one of each to see if it's what I think it is. This is too much fun. Bryce has never had sushi. This is like Maddie's school of being awesome. And so Mike and I are now teaching
him how to use his chopstick.
Oh boy. And I'm forcing him, since I'm paying for dinner, I'm forcing him to use his chopsticks, otherwise he's not gonna get to eat, and to eat sushi. But we got like fake sushi, you know, not sashimi, we got some baby stuff, so he'll be just fine.
It's 4.6 miles away.
So I'm sitting here looking at you know, Best Buy, and I realized that you can buy like a 32-inch HD TV for 90 bucks. So we're gonna go to Best Buy. I'm gonna buy a darn TV for this lake house for the weekend, and then we ought to be able to connect it to Wi-Fi. Actually, maybe that $90 TV doesn't have
the built-in tuner.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. Well, we got pretty much the worst weather ever. But we're heading up to Amp. The roads coming up here are amazing. They're a little bit of a letdown in comparison to the mountains that aren't far from here, but I always like doing this better than doing the track or going to the track. But look at this. It's cool. Well, there's an exotic car experience here. I guess they're gonna still go out, and it's pouring down rain. It's freezing. It's like 50 degrees. All right, we're here. We think Jim thinks it's actually clear coat on it instead of single stage, but it's just looks odd because it's fiberglass. Still here it is. We're gonna find out in a second. Yeah, so we'll find out if color comes off on our pad and start compounding it. No, you're fine. But man, we're gonna make this thing look a whole lot better. So somehow I went from you know, looking at 77-inch screens to we're now watching Amazon Prime on a 15-inch screen.
We're watching The Notebook.
So after a hard day of polishing, yeah, we're watching The Notebook, all on the same couch, all up.
It's really cozy.
This is junk. Day 2. This is gonna be a lot easier day. I'm starting to think air-cooled Porsche. I'm starting to get the bug for it. I just need to spend some time learning the history so I can figure out which one I want. Chances are I'm gonna want like an 84 Carrera that's like $127,000 in a bare bones beat up chassis. That's not gonna be good. Car looks way better this morning than it did yesterday. So we're here, we got a little bit more to polish. Gotta do the door. So make sure to go check out the actual full series of us taking care of the car. I'm just trying to bring you along this week, so I'll do this vlog separately, but make sure we've got tons of footage of us correcting this car. It was a pretty insane transformation of what it's going to look like versus what it looked like when we first got our hands on it. So I've got to get suited up to get in this
I call you like
Radical.
Medium in 2 sizes or something. It's medium.
Medium plus. Suited up. Now we're headed out to do the Radical. Oh shoot, it's open.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I'm gonna be freezing my nuts off.
Georgia.
Yeah.
600 horsepower, less than 2,500 pounds.
Yikes.
Yeah. Very, very, very fast.
Alright, so here's what we're doing. This is the RXC Spider. Hopefully we won't be doing 180 miles an hour. 2.1 Gs. But I guess you can come to AMP here and you can have a Radical experience. That's something they offer. And of course you could buy one too. You could buy one, you could rent your own, or you know, get your own garage. And, oh yeah, like there's one over there in the corner there. So I'm talking with Roxanne here from AMP about the possibility of being able to help design some of these garages. Here's one. Here's an example of one that's all set up here, where we could be doing Sonic, Liska, Swiss tracks. We could be doing all kinds of insane stuff, lifts, Twin Bush, Nussbaum, all kinds of amazing stuff in garages like this. Yeah, I would go crazy with other people's credit cards. I can do some cool stuff, that's for sure.
Racing when I was 7 and I never really stopped. 2 wheels led to 4 wheels off-road in my teens, racing buggies and off-road rally kind of extents. And then eventually ended up on asphalt when I turned 16, doing track days and autocross. And in college I raced sports cars and Formula cars. and then one thing led to another.
So do you instruct here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I instruct with AMP, also with Primal,
Okay.
and then even today I'm out here with Extreme Experience and some instruction. So a little bit of everything.
All right, car is done. We're gonna pull it out and not micromanage any of it. Looks great from 8 feet away, so we're gonna leave it at that. But this thing, when you start it up, it gets pretty aggressive. We got a 427 V8 with basically open headers. I mean, that's the header right there. So we're gonna pull it out, take a look at it, take some pictures. It's not that bad. We're visiting G Technic HQ. Got a cool little entry. This building looks like what I need right now. And then there's crystal sim light, XOV4, and then I'll probably be doing C5 as well. Where's the stockpile? There we go. They might also just send this all to me. 30 ml bottles. C5. See, I knew it. I knew these guys thought similarly to me. See, this is the risk. Now I know, the lighting's not so great here, but this is the risk that I'm always talking about. I mean, this epoxy is 6 months old, something like that, but almost immediately it turned brown. This is supposed to be like a light gray at G Technic's headquarters here. And you also can see every little, you see in the light there, every little imperfection. So this was the issue I had with my floor and every floor I've ever seen. This kind of stuff happens where it changes color, it gets, you can see every scratch and swirl. In photos it looks amazing, and that's why they do the chips, the chip systems. So you hope that the chip system doesn't fail either. And it's just that's part of the breaks, part of the risk to doing this kind of thing, is that you generally end up with some pretty janky floor. That's why I use plastic tiles, or of course porcelain tile would work as well, but it would be extremely expensive to do something this size. We are back at the track. Got to finish up the Cobra. We've got a couple of layers of XOV4 to put on, and then we're all done. And then Sean and the guys are going to come pick it up, take it down to Shamrockin, where they'll be showing it off to I guess the event people. They have like a pre-event, and then the event actually goes down on the, I think it's in March. So I'll have all that stuff in the description, but I'm gonna go in here and get this thing finished up. Yeah, paint looks even better after a day or so of curing. And this stuff's pretty legit. And it's not super, I mean, it feels slick, man. It doesn't feel super tacky.
Yeah, it does feel slick.
I really like it.
Looks good.
Chip is actually right over here. And Chip goes, yeah, we've got this guy that wants to donate a car and have all the money go to Seattle. And I was like, well, how are you selling it? And he's like, I don't know, we're just putting it out there and just seeing if we can make some money. I was like, no, I have an idea. Because for like 10 years, we've dreamed about having a car to auction at Shamrock. Shit, that is gorgeous. So Matt said, what if we do a series on me turning this car under Obsessed Garage into this auction item that we really could make some money on. So he flew up Friday with his buds, and they took over AMP, an Audi bay that they had there, and then we had who's the group that
G Technic was the company that provided all the polishes and chemicals. And
the unicorn oil.
Yeah.
Okay, and these guys are obsessed.
From what we saw when we dropped it off to what you'll see tonight is mind-boggling. And
so we have a car for Shamrock.
All right, so Mike's gonna bring the car up. All the Shamrockin people, all the CF people are gonna see it for the first time. The cool part about this is that they've been waiting years, about 10 years for a car.
Oh my
Come and check. Now don't touch the paint. And Murph is going to do a full. You can't see the dash, and it's a little bit worn out of it. Murph's going to do a brand new dash for a custom made.
It's a 1965 Cobra replica. The real thing is worth about $2 to $3 to $4 million. This is a Lone Star replica out of Texas.
So we partnered with G Technic, which they're headquartered here in Atlanta, and they make some of the best products in the world. But I'm going to be honest, when I saw the car, I'm like, I don't know if we're going to be able to bring it back. We're not because if you saw it, it was a different shade. It was almost.
Pictures of before?
We do. I'll have a video up where you just see just incredible transformation of what it looked like when we first got our hands on it. We had guys fly in from all over. Mike's from San Francisco. I'm from Orlando. The guys in Atlanta. We had a guy come up from Miami. A guy from Wisconsin. So they flew in from all over the country to come and get this thing dialed in.
Thank you very much.
It's almost too easy. It's almost too easy.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Looks good at night.
from where it started,
Yeah, it looks good. Carrera T.
to get Matt to drive it and do one of his reviews.
Yeah. I'm down with that.
Do a donut here real quick.
Oh, I think you can.
Let's give it a shot.
I'm sure you can.
Let's see if the Carrera T can do a donut. Watch the curb.
Nice.
We're a bunch of 40, 50-year-old delinquents.
We're worse than kids.
Yeah, we're supposed to be grown-ups. Yeah, it goes in circles. So that's a wrap for the Cobra. I think we did a good job.
Yeah, we did.
Do some good in this world. Anyway, we're getting into some heat. Peace out.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna walk around. This is what are we calling this? The Merit Partners facility?
Yeah, the Merit Partners facility, the garage.
Jonathan, Bert, you guys call yourself your partners in this facility? Is that
That's right. That's right. We're partners in the facility, partners in our business.
And so you've been in here not long. How long? A couple of months?
Yeah, been in here since June. Well, we had an extensive restoration to do when we got in here.
Okay.
We redid the lights, we redid the sprinkler system, the security system, the paint, floor, everything. So everything, we stripped it down and then put it all back together.
We could take this Club Sport because this is Bert's favorite car right now. I mean, we walk in here and he just goes to this. He just loves it. Everything about it, which is racing and, you know, the whole Club Sport. Porsche is expanding actually this market. They found such a desire away from the Cups, and they're going to this. I mean, they're going to have, I think, multiple hundred of these in the US. So the maintenance costs are a fraction, right? To run a Cup, you know, it's pretty significant from a maintenance cost.
Oh, because this has traditional PDK.
This is a car you can drop in on a weekend and run yourself. You don't have to be supported.
Yeah, doors open, but it is fully caged. You're gonna hear some new stories that I never told before. So here we are in VinWiki studio. I feel like I'm becoming a real YouTuber now. Like I'm meeting other like real YouTubers.
I'm a real dark. Don't say that.
and none of us are really YouTubers. We just kind of make it up. But I'm here at the VinWiki studio. We're about to do. I guess I'm gonna tell some stories. I better make some stuff up here quick because I'm about to get on camera. And so, as was always the case, his VR4 was sitting on jack stand somewhere because it didn't work, and I had my Civic, and we had just gone to the spectacle, which was Fast and Furious 1. If those of you who are in your late 20s to late 30s remember back when that movie came out, it was like a spectacle. Everybody brought their cars, and everybody, of course, after watching the movie, wanted to race. But me being an engineer, me being very a very calm and collected individual, I knew we're in King of Prussia. It's like midnight. Nothing ever goes on well after midnight, especially on the road in this King of Prussia area. But my buddy wasn't so reserved. He had his sister's 1996 Chevy Cavalier convertible. Black on black, and he goes to, there's about 3 or 4 stoplights in between, you know, getting on the main highway and the movie theater. So he proceeds to do a massive burnout right next to me in my EM1 Civic at every single light from the movie theater down to this tunnel. All right, we got to go check out some really dialed in paint condition out here.
Years and years of work has gone into making this car look just so.
Oh shoot.
What does this?
Is this an option?
I think it's an option when it has 12 owners, 2 accidents, a salvage title, frame damage, airbags previously deployed.
So we'd spent a year preparing this car for the 2904 in 2015, the cheap car Cannonball. And we get to New York, and the first thing that happens is we park outside the Red Ball, and somebody does a U-turn next to me, and does this scratch. As I'm sitting here with the window down, like I watched them do it in the car, and they look at me, and I look at them, and we had the same response.
You didn't exchange insurance cards?
No, it was not. It'd be tough to justify. Look at what you've done to my car. It's awful. But yeah, this one, $1,500 on Craigslist Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Really,
what was this? What was the original sticker on this? 120?
Well, this was the naturally aspirated version, despite its false D8 super compressor badging when I got it. But it's it would have been just under 100 in 02.
Yeah. We're leaving the lake house here today, and we're headed to That Dude in Blue, David Patterson's. We lost Mike, so Bryce is still here. So we're gonna go shoot some video with David. I sent him a Krenzel pressure washer, and he's gonna we're gonna show him how to use that, and we talk about he has a car care line, so we're gonna play with some of that stuff. And then we're headed down to Atlanta. We're gonna drop off the rental car, and then we're staying at the Porsche Experience Center. So I'm gonna stay there tonight, and then we leave tomorrow, and then we head to PSI and Adam LZ's on the way home to do some cool stuff. So, all right, I just carried the Krenzel, where is it? Downstairs. You guys know this guy, but
I give you props for that.
I can't breathe. I forgot how heavy this thing is, so make sure to go check out. We're gonna do all kinds of videos. We'll have a bunch of videos of washing and Krenzel unboxing and all that stuff. Now we're headed to the Porsche Experience Center, which is home, I time warped here to LZ spot. All kinds of cars in here. So, but it's 70 something degrees, 73 degrees and amazing. Let's go see what they're up to in here.
Hey!
What's up, people?
How you doing, man?
You guys gearing up for next week?
You're a full-time vlogger now.
Yes, I am.
Walked in, didn't even give us warning. Where's the etiquette, man?
I was hoping to catch something, some secret. All the secrets.
We're talking about all the cars Adam's buying.
Yeah, yeah. No more reveals. It's over. All right, I've been sitting here thinking about this for the last hour. Cabinets in the corner. So we're gonna do Sonic cabinets, a 10-foot by roughly 15-foot array in that corner that's out of the way. He's gonna have some rolling toolboxes we'll probably put here. I'm gonna keep this open. Maybe someday do another set of cabinets. Tires, because he has a zillion wheels and tires that are gonna go stacked to, you know, roughly 12 feet. And then maybe tire changer, balancer, and then maybe a tank. So we're looking at one of these.
Yeah, I think it's something like this.
One of these fuel tanks.
I'm not sure exactly what theirs would look like, but something along the lines.
I want that.
Yeah, no, I think it is like that because he told me it was a rectangle.
And they don't have a pump on it, right?
Yeah, you can get a
So
pump.
then you can basically have your own gas filling station right there. That would be sick. And you already have power there. So if you did your wheel and tire stuff, all your wheels and tires racked up on the wall there on the left here, big old tank right there, and you can pull, shoot, you could fit darn near 2 cars there if you needed to.
Yeah.
Keep this area open. All the fabrication stuff over here, pipe benders, welding table, all that stuff. Tools, cabinets there, rolling tool cabinets here, but keeping this open so you can fit cars in there. And then, like I said, maybe someday do some more cabinets over there if you're finding that you're having to run across the way to get more tools.
Yeah. Well, the way that I look at it is like this will be like where stuff actually gets work done, and here, like if I need to change wheels or if I need to like do like a quick alignment on something,
yeah,
or put a bumper on, like not that big of a deal.
Right.
Even if I have a temporary table over here just for like while I'm working, you know.
All this storage, like a lot of this stuff will be going back behind the wall over there for storage. So this can be pretty cool. The problem, we were also talking about the flooring. You know, Swiss Trax doesn't work with welded diffs, and plus it's hard in an environment like this where you're always dumping fluids and stuff, and you know, unless you're going to pull it out and clean it all the time, it really just doesn't work well.
Like we pull an engine almost every month, so.
And you can always pull it out and degrease it, you know, and clean it.
The problem is just going to be with the welded diffs because the lifts are at an angle. There's no way to pull in without having to turn, unless we put the car on dollies every time, and that would just be not fun.
And the other problem is like this flooring we were talking about. I mean, this just looks like basic, like old school epoxy. It might even be painted, but this floor would have to be diamond grinded in order to do a new epoxy on it.
It's not worth painting it, right? Is there like a layer of like clear that we could put on it, or?
No, because it'll peel up. You know, you really need, even when it's perfectly grinded and ready and prepped, the epoxy still pulls up often, especially with the humidity here in Florida. Now there's a polyaspartic option, which would be really sick. But I mean, to do this is going to be, you know, $8 a square foot. What is this, 2,000 square feet here?
Yeah, at least.
You know, you're $8,000 to $10,000 to do this. So probably closer to 10 grand because they'd have to prep it.
Yeah, I don't want to really like do anything that sinks us too in, because like we're not going to be here forever.
Yeah, you don't want to do that permanent. So the flooring is going to have to just be what it is. All right, so now we're over here at PSI and Adam's place, or they share some space, so they're right next to each other. So we're gonna go look at where we can do some cool stuff, cabinets, things like that in here. So, and we're looking at 4,500 square feet of floor. And so we're talking about the viability of Swiss Trax in here, and maybe starting and doing some small sections. But the thing that's gonna look really cool is doing Sonic stuff. They're doing Sonic in the different bays. And we're gonna price it out and see if we can do three different setups, 3 different bays, and then save the corner for later or something like that. And he's got a dyno now, which is cool. Oh, made it. Look at the star of the show. We haven't seen her in so long. been gone for so many days. I promise I'm not doing this again. But anyway, we just got back. It's 5 o'clock on Thursday, so Thursday to Thursday. And I'm gonna go eat something and relax, and then tomorrow start the onslaught again. I gotta get cracking on the Rupus event. You guys gotta sign up for this thing. I don't wanna have to cancel it. I've got only got a few, we got a lot of spots left. Maybe I'll put it on sale or something on the Black Friday thing. So anyway, thanks for watching the trip, the vlog, and stay tuned for more crazy. I'm not doing any more 7-day trips though, it's too much. See you soon, later. What happens when the force pulls you back, your foot naturally comes off the gas. You have to keep your foot to the floor, foot to the floor.